Hello traders, today in this video we'll be doing a weekly market analysis on the pairs such as GBPAUD, JPY, EURJPY and US30. We'll be doing this analysis for the week from 26 April 2021 towards 30th April 2021. Now on the GBPAUD chart on a 1-day time frame, since we are doing this analysis on a weekly basis, so we'll be looking at higher time frames such as 1 day or 4-hour time frames. So on a 1-day time frame on GBPAUD chart, from our last week's market analysis, we are talking how GBPAUD broke this symmetrical triangle pattern on a higher time frame or this uptrend line with bearish momentum retesting this zone over here, and then made some pullbacks over towards this zone or this zone. We are expecting a pullback towards this or this zone. So that's what GBPAUD actually did, and it retested this zone over here and is kind of on its way to go down right now with bearish momentum. But before doing that, let's go to a shorter time frame like a 4-hour time frame. So we can see after retesting this zone on its way down, GBPAUD is kind of retesting this important zone over here. So what we are looking at is that GBPAUD might make some pullback towards this zone after retesting this zone, like might make some pullback over towards this zone and retest this trend line again, and then continue its move downwards towards this zone. Or it might just not make any retest or pullbacks, it just continues moving downwards towards this zone over here. So in that case, we'll go to a shorter time frame like a 30 minutes time frame or like a 1-hour time frame. Let's go to a 1-hour time frame and draw a zone over here. We drew a zone over here, or the low of this candle on a 4-hour time frame. So we're gonna enter short if GBPAUD breaks and close below this zone. That's when we're gonna enter short and setting our TP over towards this zone. This is a pretty strong key zone, since you're seeing like this zone has been retested multiple times over the course of previous months or weeks. See like all these retest points on this zone. So GBPAUD might again like make some fake outs over here and then react from this from the top of this candlestick again towards this zone over here. And if GBPAUD makes a retest on this zone, then we're gonna wait to see GBPAUD after retesting this zone or this zone over here forming a little bit of a support or resistance zone on a shorter time frame like a 4-hour or like on a 1-hour or 30 minutes time frame, and we can enter short on the break of that support zone that GBPAUD might be forming when retesting this or this zone over here. So that's my analysis on GBPAUD chart for now. Now we're gonna head towards GBPJPY chart. So on the GBPJPY chart, we drew this inverted cup and handle pattern. We talked about it on our last week's market analysis, and now like if you go to a shorter time frame like a 4-hour time frame, you can see that. So yeah, we are talking about how GBPJPY formed this zone, and like if the price breaks and close above this zone, it might retest this zone over here and then continue its original move downwards to retest like this trend line over here on this handle pattern on a longer time frame. You see like all the way towards this, but before retesting this zone, price may react by retesting this zone or this zone over here, then might make some pullbacks and then again make some move towards this trend line to retest this trend line or even break this trend line. So that's what exactly the price did. The price broke out of these two zones that we drew on our last week's market analysis, and we're talking how GBPJPY might make a retest over this zone after breaking this zone, and that's what GBPJPY did. It retested this zone, and then now after retesting this zone, it right away came down with bearish momentum on its way down towards this zone or either this zone. So what you can do is you can draw two more zones on a shorter time frame. Like let's go towards 30 minutes time frame. So we drew these two zones over here on a 30 minutes time frame. This is one zone and that's another zone. So what you can do is we can wait to see if GBPJPY breaks and close below this zone. That's when you can take a short entry in hopes of GBPJPY reaching towards this zone, and say after taking a short entry on the break and close below this zone, you can set your TP towards this zone. Or if GBPJPY like doesn't break out of here and continues moving up by breaking this zone, then you'll be looking at this zone over here. So that's my analysis on GBPJPY. I hope that GBPJPY will be like making its move towards this and this zone or this zone, but before doing that, it might make some retest over here. So that's why, like, you know, there's a lot of key levels that GBPJPY might react from. So that's why you should always wait to see if price breaks and close below the zones, and that's when, like, you know, if the price breaks and close below this zone, and then like the next candle also closes bearish, that's when you can take an entry. So that's my analysis on GBPJPY chart. Let's go towards EURJPY chart. So EURJPY chart, like on our last week's market analysis, we drew this both zone over here, even drew a trend line from connecting this to this, like this way, and we are talking about how EURJPY was forming a bit of a ascending triangle kind of pattern. Like over here you see this is the resistance zone, and these are the price reacting from by retesting this trend line over here. So that's so we're talking about how EURJPY might be breaking out of this ascending triangle pattern over here, and so I will be entering short or long on the by looking at how EURJPY breaks out of this ascending triangle pattern. But for now, in this week, even EURJPY still is on its consolidation phase by retesting these two key zones over here. If you look at the 4-hour time frames, then you can see it better. You see all this consolidation phase between two zones over here. EURJPY hasn't really made a breakout of these two zones yet, so we'll be waiting to see if EURJPY breaks and close above this zone or breaks and close below this zone. But again, if EURJPY breaks and close below this zone, then it might make a retest on this trend line over here, and then continue its move upwards again. So keep that in mind. Like if you enter short on the break and close below this zone over here, then you might wanna, you know, like set your TP really short, since there's such important levels that the price can actually react from even after breaking and closing below this zone when moving downward. If you wait out to see if EURJPY after retesting this trend line or after retesting any important key zone over here, let's draw the zone for you guys. I know you guys can see it, but just to make it clear. So if it does retest this zone and also this trend line at the same time, then you can wait for the price to actually form some sort of a resistance and support zone over here at this retest point, and then enter the trade when the price breaks and close above that resistance zone over here. Now we're gonna head towards US30, and if you look at our last week's market analysis on US30, we're talking about how US30 was on steroids and was moving forward with huge bullish momentum. And then if you look at the 4-hour time frames, we drew these both zones on our last week's market analysis over here on US30. If you watch this video, then you'll see we drew these both zones, and how we were talking about how US30 might make a retest towards this zone or this zone and then continue moving up, or might form a new downtrend line by, like, you know, making a retest over here, then going up and making a downtrend line like this way. You see, these are the retest points on this trend line. How we're talking about how US30 might make a form a newly downtrend line like this way after retesting this or this zone over here. So that's what US30 actually did. It retested this zone over here multiple times. It had hard time breaking this zone. So what we are expecting is that US30 might break out on the upside, or it might break out on the downside. Now if you draw a zone, like, you know how we trade, right? We value price action more than anything. So you can see a zone over here, right? So if you draw a zone over here, and you got your next zone over here, we can like, you know, hide this, remove this zone. So there's two important zone. If US30 has hard time breaking this zone and continues moving down and even breaks and close below this zone, then US30 is definitely closing definitely moving towards a downtrend, forming a downtrend. This would be its downtrend, forming by retesting this downtrend line over here. US30 is moving towards downside by breaking and closing below this zone over here. So that's what I think on US30 might be doing for now. So you can just wait for the price to actually break and close below this zone, and that's when you can take the entry. So that's my analysis on these four pairs. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you found any value in this video, then please make sure to subscribe to our channel and also give this video a thumbs up. And if you do subscribe to this channel, then you'll be seeing us live trading every day on the London and New York session, so that you can trade with us live. We'll also be providing a Zoom link on our live video description. With that Zoom link, you can join us in a video call while we're live trading on YouTube. You'll also be on the stream too, and that way, like, you know, you can also trade with us while talking to us on live. So that's it for today's video. We'll see you on the next video.